Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back, ladies. Shay and Maya, it's our first 2025 video. Last time I've seen them was December.
Yes,
yeah,
that was
because
December.
yeah, because I flew out of Thailand, which was unexpected. That was not planned, but yeah, I miss you, miss
We
you,
miss
girls.
you. I miss you too.
You have to be- Okay, so today I would like to speak about something that I love to speak about. This is the topic that I really love about self love. So I'm gonna ask the ladies about their about anything about self love. So the first question is, how do you define self love? First thing that comes to mind when I say self love, what comes to mind?
I think self love for me, Lay, is you know treating yourself with the same kindness, compassion, and respect that you could offer to somebody else. Also, self love is understanding and accepting that you do have flaws, you're not perfect, and that you're enough as you are.
I think self love is the same as your answer, treating yourself the way you want to be. I you treating yourself the way you treat others, and focusing on what feels good. I mean, setting if that includes setting boundaries with people or prioritizing yourself first.
I will ask you more about boundaries later on. But how would you rate your self love if I asked you to rate your self love from 1 to 10, including you guys?
What's the
How would
highest?
you rate your self love from 1 to 10, where 1 is the
Okay.
lowest and 10 is the highest, and why?
Self love for me is 7 because I still have the tendency to prioritize other people's needs and feelings. I'm a people pleaser, so that is something that I am working on. That sometimes I would do anything or say anything to not offend somebody. I have a tendency to prioritize other people's needs, even if sometimes they are toxic or bad for me. And that is something that I'm trying to unlearn, that to put boundaries. And I think boundary is a form of showing self-love to yourself.
It's really hard to rate. I think you and I were asked by David
Yeah.
with this question. I think my answer was 8. But I don't know why. Right now, I'm really having a hard time rating myself. But you mentioned about what state you're in
Yeah.
earlier. I'm just really in a state where I am deeply gratitude with everything, my friends, you guys, every experience, every lesson, every moment I'm in. I'm just really, grateful. Um, Even with not so positive things that are happening in my life, I am even grateful for those because I think it has really allowed me to like really grow more. I would say that I have grown so much more from last year to this year. Maybe I'm still at 8 right now.
Thank you for being honest. I really like that you are like being authentic with your rate, and especially you, Maya, of you really like saying that you're a people pleaser. That's not something that others would really accept. They would hide it. But I think all of us have that tendency to please other people, which is normal. And I'm happy that you're working on that one.
Yeah, I am working on that one because sometimes, especially in my family, I care about my family, even though it seems like I don't, but I care very much about their well being. So sometimes I spoil them too much. And I have to put boundary on things that I know that they don't need, but they just want to us.
So yeah, let's talk about boundaries, because this was the biggest lesson for me last year, 2024, and how important is it? in your self love journey? Like, for example, me, I'm going to share my own experience first. Like, I'm all in for you. And to the point that the universe did something to make me realize that this is not okay anymore. You're already affected. So, what are you going to do about it? Are you just going to let this be? Or because it affected my mental health to the point that it affected my mental health. And that's when I learned, that's when I know or learned how to put boundary. And at first, it was tough. It's not easy to say no. Like you said, like people pleaser. I was like that before too. It's not easy to say no to friends when they need you, or it's not easy to cut the friendship because of the 8 years, 10 years you've been together. But when you look at it, if the person is not really serving you well, it was actually the best decision I ever made, because after that I soar high. After that, I just like I met you guys, which is resonating with me, especially when it comes to career wise. You see, we are really like boosting each other when it comes to career wise and financial area. We share each other how to really boost each other, you know. And maybe if I didn't cut that, maybe if I didn't put boundary on that, maybe I'm still with them, and maybe I'm still in the same how to say this, a place where I wouldn't grow much because I was being dragged down mentally and emotionally. So it helped me in a lot of ways, the boundary, and for me, it's very important in my self love journey. So, what about you?
Boundary for me is very important, not only in friendship, but in all aspect in my life, in the relationship, in my relationship with my family and my daughter. I think boundary is very important because if you don't have boundary, like for example, you just give in all your time whenever they need, to your friends, to your loved ones, you just give in and you don't have the boundary for you to take care of yourself, to do the things that you love, you will build resentment towards them because you were not able to prioritize your needs yourself. So yeah, that is something that I am integrating in my life right now, that I have to do what I have to do in my day-to-day life. Like for example, if I have to meet someone during the day, I would lay everything what I have to do first before I meet you. Like I have to work out, I have to journal, I have to
That's
meditate, I have to
good.
do those things first. I have to work before I can meet you. This is my available time, and this is
That's very
the
good.
only time you can meet me. So if you can make it, that's good. If you cannot, then better luck next time. So yeah, this is what I'm practicing right now. Not to give my time just because they want my time. Yeah, so
I
that's
like that, that you're not compromising your
yes,
daily routine, your daily health routine for
yes,
someone else.
I think, Lay, it's not just as important. I mean, it's not just important, but it should be essential. So I would say that, yeah, that should be the foundation of everything that we do.
Can you share to us the simple self love daily activities that you do?
a couple of years now is gratitude journaling. This is something that I have to do every day. Recently, I've been also doing meditation for like at least 5 to 10 minutes. I tried 10 minutes, but I'm not very that ambitious, so I just do the 5 minutes because meditation is something that I'm trying to really focus on, to be able to be in the present moment. And I think meditation really helped me. I've noticed some changes, especially on interacting with people. Makes me more aware of how I interact with people. Working out, I try to work out at least 3 times a week. And I've been working out since college, and that is non-negotiable to me. Working out, exercise is something that I do every day. I think that's it. And on the nighttime, gratefulness again before going to bed.
I love that you start the day and end the day with gratefulness.
Maya and I have actually the same
So your
daily
journals.
routine, yeah, except the exercise. I'm trying to get back to it. But meditation can really be at any form, right? Journaling for me, writing for me is a form of meditation. Filming is a form of meditation. So, yeah, I would say meditation and definitely writing because writing is kind of like it is self-love because it is it is a space where I can just share my thoughts without will I get will I be judged by another person if I say this to her or him, or I just get to share my thoughts, get to share my experience, share anything, no matter how imperfect it is.
If you're going to have a metaphor or a symbol of self love, what is it?
What I said earlier, writing, it is the pen. The
Oh,
pen
okay.
is
That's
like a
nice.
really useful, very big tool for me. It is a very small tool, right? Very thin. You can, it's very handy. But for us, I think it is really such a very important tool. And again, it gets me to share what I'm experiencing, who I am, who I want to be, and all those kind of imaginations, right? So, a pen.
Me, I would look at it like a flower, a plant, a live plant with flower, because you have to, like, the more you take care of the plant or the flower, you will bloom more. So I look at self love like that.
Self love is like a freezer. Freezer. So at the
Oh, interesting.
beginning, there's little ice, right? And as time goes by, the ice would compound and it became this thick ice. And I think self love is compounding. So it's like an everyday effort or everyday accumulation of habits and practices, and as time goes by it became thick, and this is would be like your foundation as a person.
Wow.
And yeah, so like a ice in the freezer that it gets thicker as time goes by. So if you practice this compounding, then this will be the person that you are with the combination of your habits and your daily practices.
Very strong one.
Yeah. That's very
I
cool.
can add something to that.
Yes, yes, please.
I love how you
Yeah.
describe that metaphor, but I want to add to that. When the power is out, brown out. No, it does relate to real life because
Yeah, it does.
we are not strong all the time. You know, our light turns off. Like in Dumaguete, there's going to be a brownout this coming Sunday, 6 to 6. So when the power is out, when your light is off, no, when the power is out, the thick ice there becomes it defrosts. Yeah, so yeah, it does relate to really in
Actually,
real
very
life.
amazing.
And then because sometimes we are not very strong, right? Some things get to us, and then we get sometimes weak, but then we get up and start all over again. Start with the ice and then thicken ice and all that. So yeah, that was very wonderful.
That's
I
why it's
love
very
that.
important to not stop every day, to compound every day, build habits every day, so that the ice is thick enough to not melt during the bad times, during burnout. So
Yes, and only the outer layers is
yes,
melting, but the
yes,
core
yeah. So
is
you
gonna be
still have
there
time
to rebuild
to
again.
rebuild. What a great metaphor!
That's beautiful. Is that? Thank you. I love the pen. I love the eyes. It's beautiful. And I'm curious, what about you guys? Maybe you can comment down below what is your metaphor of self love? I'm curious. You feel free to share. Why I have thought of bringing this up right now, girls, is I think I have mentioned to you in the group that I believe that the haters or the hate comments, I think you have discussed recently in your channel, and I wasn't there. For me, it's also actually a reflection of self love. If a person has not much self love, it's easy for that person to project hate. And for me, if you have, like, if you developed that self love within yourself, it's not easy for you to just project hate to someone else, and especially to a stranger, especially to YouTubers that you don't know. If all of us would work on ourselves, on the self love, I think it would really be a better world. Because imagine, for me, when you're building a self love, guys, for me, it's like building your energy into something beautiful. And that will ripple out, that would reflect and ripple slowly, slowly to the people that surrounds you. It will affect the friendship, the family. So imagine affecting your own, rippling out positive energy, positive love energy every day. It would really make a difference. And if you are like right now, you're in the computer, you're on your mobile phone, and instead of reflecting out, rippling out negative energy, why not choose something positive to bring out to the world, you know? Because one word, just one negative word, could really affect a person. So, what do you think is a simple thing that you can, how to say this, not really like advice, like a suggestion to work on, to start working on the self love journey?
Is to be aware that, oh, I do actually hate myself, and being able to, I mean, if you're aware that you do actually hate yourself, definitely you would like do something to, not your not to hate yourself. So I would say that, just awareness of not loving yourself, and starting to, like, do small acts of kindness to yourself.
I love that.
If we could please people, we could also please ourselves,
Yeah.
right? So why not start by pleasing ourselves first? Because we don't even have to, like, do an extra effort to please others when, we started within.
Right? It's so
So
easy to please others, no? Why is it not easy to please ourselves?
yeah, exactly. So, like I mentioned earlier, self love is, treating yourself the same amount of compassion, kindness, and respect that you can give to other people.
Taking care of your body, that's very important, because if you take care of your body, you feel good. You feel really good about yourself, especially because you move your body. You did something for yourself. And because you feel good about yourself, you share this good feeling to other people. You don't
Yeah.
have time for insecurity, because you feel good about yourself. You look good. When you look in the mirror, you see yourself, and you see that you have progress, and not only physically but also mentally. Very important to always learn something every day. Read, or
Love that.
yeah, mental exercise. That's very important.
Really love that. But I would like to ask about there's a limiting belief that taking care of your body and eating healthy is expensive. Is it?
No, it's not expensive. I mean, you don't have to go to the gym. You can
Exactly,
walk,
right?
you can jog. There's a lot of things that you can do to take care of your body and to eat healthy. You don't have to eat the most expensive vegetables or eat the most expensive steaks, or we have to feel ourselves first before we can share it to others.
I really love that they mention about taking care of the body and mind, taking care of the vessel, and taking care of the mind as well, because it really can. If your body is not healthy and your mind is not healthy, you're gonna affect that energy to, and you're gonna project that to the people around you. So, there was a time in your life where you look at yourself in the mirror and you see like, "Ah, I don't want to see myself in the mirror," right? Are you more comfortable now when you look yourself in the mirror?
There are certain times, especially that time of the month, where when your confidence level is so here instead of being here. At my age, I am 41. I have this, what do you call that? I have this unrealistic image in my head that I need to be 40 kilos. I need to be in this shape. But I have to, yeah, I really have to, wake myself up and say, hey, you're 41, you could be like twice as heavy or three times as heavy, like
Exactly.
other women who are in my age, right? So I would always convince myself that, hey, you look good, you might not be in a certain weight, but it's not the I mean, it's not a problem, because again, as we age, it would be looking very odd if you're 41 and you weigh like 30 kilos, right? Like 35 kilos, right? And I always have this unrealistic image in my brain that I need to be 40 kilos. I need to remain 40 kilos. I am lucky to be weighing this way, to be looking this way. Although I don't really spend that much in exercising anymore because of other stuff, but it's
But you
again
move a
something that I
lot
have
too.
to. Yeah,
You
I
move a
do.
lot too. You're like traveling around and going around and do a lot of things. So I think
Yeah.
that contributes to in the exercise. You're doing a great job, and I just want to say that you're beautiful and sexy.
Thank you so much.
Me, I obviously have lots of imperfections. And there are also times that I have that moment where I feel like I'm ugly. I like how I look because I know I work hard for it. I know I spent a lot of time in the gym to have a flat stomach or to have a, to be fit. I spend a lot of time, 2 hours a day sometimes. And that's a lot of time. And sometimes I would go 5 times a week. Me, I don't dream of having six pack abs or a biceps or anything like that, but I dream to be fit at my age. I'm 32 and I want to be fit as much as I can until I'm 70. I want to maintain being fit.
That's our goal.
So I don't expect much. I just wanna be fit and healthy, and I would be able to do the things that I want to do. Yeah.
Yeah, before we're gonna end it, I would like to have an assignment to all of you guys who are watching right now, and it's called actually mirroring. So the mirroring is one of the first step that you can do to start your self-love journey. And this is how I started mine because I hated my face before. And years ago, I started to appreciate myself every morning. So I go to the mirror, and because I don't like all of the part of me, I have to pick one every day to appreciate. So, for example, today, um, I like my eyes. So for me, best asset is my eyes. So I would look at my eyes and say, "Oh, you have very beautiful eyes, Leia." So I really talk myself in the mirror every morning, "Beautiful eyes." And then the next day, I'm gonna increase that with another part. "Oh, you have beautiful eyes and nose. Oh, you have beautiful eyes, nose, and mouth." Until in 1 week, I was able to appreciate all of my face. And then it goes down to other parts, the arms and the legs. And that's how I actually started my self love, by mirroring. And maybe those of you guys who cannot, like, not comfortable to see yourself in the mirror, maybe it's time for you to start, no matter the age. Okay, start your journey and do some kind of something like that, and maybe mirroring will be something that would work for you because it worked for me. Start with that, simple. But the bottom line is, when you wake up in the morning and you go to the bathroom, the first thing that you can do is appreciate yourself. Look at yourself and cheer yourself that you're going to have a great day, you're going to rock the day, and you're going to be successful in your daily tasks today. That's something that I need you to do, because guys, the more people that would love themselves, the more love there will be in the outer world, and the more love you can also project here on YouTube. And that's really something that I would love to see, if only, But yeah, I hope we are able to touch some of you today when it comes to self-love, and I hope that you get something out of this, and you can try to apply a little bit of our tips or things that worked for us. But as Shay mentioned earlier, find your way, find your own zen, find your own way of loving yourself. But please start falling in love with yourself. All right. So thank you so much. And thank you so much, ladies. Bye, guys.